Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited today to share with you where I live and how much I pay. I live in LA and I pay $1,200 in rent every month. A couple of things that just to keep in mind is that I do live in an older apartment. This place is about, I think it's at least 100 years old. And it is in a historic area, so some of the things can't be changed on the outside. In the inside, it's fine. Although the place is like painted in layers of paint because it's that old. Also, I am living in a rent-controlled unit. It's that old that it qualifies for rent control here in LA. So every year I get up to about 3%, and I've lived here for a year and a half, so I did get up to 3%. This July. So when I started living here, I was paying $11.50 and I got so lucky, and I'll post a video about how I got this lucky. It's a funny story, and so there were some things I did that made sure that I got the apartment for such a low price. A couple of things that were missing in this unit are parking. We don't have like a parking structure or a parking spot. We use street parking. I have to look for street parking every day, which usually is not an issue. The only times it's an issue are if there are Dodger games, which Dodger Stadium is right over Sunset, on the other side of Sunset. I live right off of Sunset. And so sometimes there are some people park here and they walk over, or they take an Uber, or they take a scooter, and yeah, so those days are horrible. I hate those days. So whenever the Dodgers are playing, I'm sorry, I just can't stand it. I'm like, please stop playing. And also the other times that there is no parking is if they're filming in this area, and there's a lot of filming. There are some popular movies, especially one with cars and racing, that this area is basically the set for. And so I've walked out into movie sets and been like, oh, I guess they're filming today. But yeah, and you'll also hear cars racing here all the time. And it's just such a popular place for racers. And yeah, you'll see people taking pictures outside all the time. And I would not be surprised if in this video, you'll hear some kind of like screeching from cars doing donuts. Yeah. It could happen. Another thing that kind of sucks is that we are kind of in the open. So I really love that each unit is kind of like its own little house, but also, and we have like some access to the outside on both sides, but there is really no safe place for like packages to be delivered. And sometimes the gates are open. I've gotten a couple of packages like go missing. And yeah, so I usually have to ship my things somewhere else. Another thing is we don't have a laundry room. So I have to take all my clothes and go do laundry somewhere else, which is not a big issue. It's just a little inconvenient. You know, you can't hang out at your house while you're doing laundry. And also it's just like there's no air conditioning, and there is a heater and I don't know if it really works. So it gets really hot in here. It doesn't get that cold. I mean, it gets a little cold, but I have like a space heater. But it gets hot. I do have a little AC unit that I add in every summer, and I love that thing to death. Things I love about this place, it's prime location. I used to drive in Echo Park and say, I'm gonna live in Echo Park, and I didn't think it would be this soon. When I was looking, I would drive through Koreatown, which is a much cheaper area. It wasn't the place where I wanted to live, but I was willing to live there because I needed to live closer to work. But I got so lucky to find this place. I'm living in Angelino Heights. Angelino Heights is right next to Echo Park, and I think it's kind of considered Echo Park. It's Echo Park, the actual park, is like walking distance from my apartment. That is much more than you can say for some parts of the actual Echo Park area. So anytime anyone asks me where I live, I say Echo Park. It's just easier and also a little more trendy. If I say Angelino Heights, it is a historic area, but not a lot of people know it. I would have to say like, oh, you know where the Victorian houses are. You know, they would have to like kind of figure it out instead of like just saying, I live in Echo Park. Echo Park is right next to downtown LA. And so I love hanging out in downtown. There's so many cool new bars, there's so many cool new restaurants. It's only a short Uber ride away. It's cheaper than, the Ubers are cheaper than finding parking there sometimes, so I just Uber. There's also so many little shops that are opening up here, so many new restaurants. It's such a hip place. There's like another cool thing is the freeway is right there. The 101 is right around the corner. I can get on and I go up to different areas of the LA County, and so I love that I can access that freeway so quickly. And so many things are just happening in this area, always happening. This is a stomping ground for a lot of my friends, and we end up like coming here before we go anywhere. We can you know, get a drink or make a drink and then get in an Uber and go. Like, I think it's such a great place, great location. I love it. So here is the entrance from the front side. There's also an entrance to the back. Depending on where I park, that's where I come in. And there's so many plants. I love it. I have my own little plants. And you walk in. So as you walk in, we have my little living area. And it's kind of a small space, but make it work. So I love to host. So I have this extra little chair. A few people can sit there. And what you can't see is that under my couch, there is a couple chairs that I hide and use them in case or whenever anyone comes over. Okay, so one of the things I love is this couch. So once you take off all those pillows, it becomes basically like it's big enough to fit a person. So I sleep there sometimes if I just, you know, end up falling asleep on watching Netflix, or if someone just needs to sleep over. A lot of people end up coming over. I have this bookshelf, which kind of, or the shelf that I kind of want to get rid of and get something that's more practical, because right now it's just holding like random things. And yeah, so behind the couch, there's like a sofa table, and right back there, I have some storage space, which I use for some blankets and other things like that. I have this little heater, which I've never used. It's LA, but I just ended up putting a piece of wood over it and put some decorations on it. And here's where you walk in. I just got this TV. This needs to be moved over, so yeah, one of my projects. So yeah, this is the living area, and I love hanging out here. I do have a closet. I'm not gonna open it, it's crazy in there. But there's a lot of things in there. There's not much storage here, but a lot of things are in there. And we're gonna move on to the kitchen. So you go back this way. And here's a tiny kitchen. Have a window that looks out to the street. A door that leads out to the little balcony area, which is not really a balcony. Has a lot of old cabinets, so they're not the nicest cabinets. Like you can see, like this one doesn't even really close. It's just really old. And it has some storage up there. It has one door. Stuff is back there. Things that I don't use all the time. My fridge. I bought this thing at IKEA. Has some storage down there. There's also this little like sliding like storage space for random little things that I won't be using. My fridge, put a lot of pictures, as you can see, like me when I was little, pictures of friends, fast track ticket, some friends, my friends getting married, yay, and some pictures of other friends. Yeah, here's my little stash of goods, some tequila. I love mezcal, which I brought these 3. I had 5, but I bought these 3 from Mexico, and then I have some rum from Guatemala from a year ago, and it's almost out, so gotta replace that, gotta go back. One of the things that like really sold me on this place was going out here. This little outdoor area is great, although I can't really put any furniture or anything like that. It has a great view, especially at night. It's just great, and you can stand there and have a drink and hang with your friends. Okay, and back here we have my little dining area slash workstation. So I have my trash can, I have some plants, and a table with one chair, which I needed. So I have this shelf of just randomness. I have like a bunch of scores, music, books that I have had for a long time. And yeah, I do want to redo this area and get something that is more aesthetically pleasing. And there I am, hello. And now we're gonna move into some other space. Here is some storage. So I have like a lot of clothes here, some blankets, other like decorations for Christmas and stuff like that. And then my AC unit is in here and a couple of other things. And I just have like tools and things that are just like things I don't use all the time down here. Some plants, and technically this place is a studio, but this is what kind of drew me to this place. You know, I still have my living area, and I'm gonna show you where, as they say in cribs, the magic happens. So we got my bedroom. Here it is. Okay, so it's tiny. It just fits the bed. You gotta crawl in, like basically crawl in. And yeah, so this is technically a closet. I believe it was a closet back in the day, and has a window, so it doesn't feel claustrophobic to me, and I am claustrophobic, so just let me tell you, it's very cozy. My AC unit's there in the summer, so this place is the best place to sleep in the summer. It's like a cooler. It's awesome. And let me turn off the light. It looks a little like, it's a little cozy. Then right across from it is my tiny bathroom. It's really tiny. I can't even I'm trying to get a shot of it. I installed these little shelves, have all my things up here. There's a medicine cabinet, have some plants up there. There's actually a window back here, so yeah. And yeah, this is about it. Thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I am excited to hear back what you think, and maybe any extra details that I left out, please ask away. I would love to answer those questions. A few videos that will be coming up, tips and tricks on how to find a cheap rental here in LA, and also just how to furnish your place. I think that there are so many inexpensive ways to furnish your place and make it feel like it's you, but also make it feel like you're a grown-up and that you are, your boss. Before we end this, I would love if you could take a couple seconds and subscribe. Just click that little button. Just do a little click. Thank you so much. See you soon.